There we are. Hello, everybody, and welcome this Sunday afternoon to Little Port Christian Spiritualists online service. It's a great pleasure to welcome everybody here. We've got several people sitting in the waiting room, ready to connect with both you and the world of spirit. We've had a bit of a technical issue, as per usual this morning. So apologies for that, but we are here, we are live, and if we were starting at 12:30, we're 3 minutes early. So there you go. You can't have no better than that. But thank you for joining us all here today on this, our Sunday service. Of course, as with every service, oh, and we've got more people flooding in as we speak. Excellent. Well done, Kaza. No service for spiritualism would be as such without the use and connection of a medium, someone who unites the world of spirit with this life and the next life. And so therefore, please welcome to our platform this fine Sunday. Yeah, it's a fine Sunday. This fine Sunday, please welcome to the platform our medium for today, the lovely Sheila Dougal. Are you there?
Thank you.
Hello. We get there in the end, don't we?
Yes.
I have got to qualify though. You did quite well with only 3 attempts. So welcome along, Sheila. It's appreciated. And thank you for coming. So for those that have never met you before or never heard about your work before, what's your name? Where'd you come from? And what is it you've been up to?
I'm Sheila Dougal and I'm a working medium, and I've been doing it for about 30 years on and off, and I'm just loving it just now. I've got tarot, colour readings, encaustic art readings. I do fairs, one-to-ones, and demonstrations, fundraisers, and I just love it. I just love connecting to spirit. If you could bottle up that feeling and hand it out to everybody, what a wonderful world it would be. And oh, I'm from Aberdeen, Scotland.
Fantastic. That is the most perfect conversational piece I've ever. Yeah. Excuse me. I absolutely agree with you. If you could bottle it, it would make the work. I love that. Thank you. And yes, Aberdeen, lovely place. So thank you for coming and joining us. Now, of course, whilst the medium is important for a demonstration, it's also helpful to have some people to talk to on this side of life. You know, we can have a good old conversation with spirit, don't get me wrong, but for the proof of survival, we need some other people. So my hostess with the mostess, assistant and giving us our reading today, of course, here she comes. Hello, Kaza.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, it's funny. I feel like I've seen you somewhere before recently.
No, you seem familiar. Your face seems very, very familiar.
Yeah, I think there was somebody who looked like you living with my mum for 2 days.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
So there's 2 of them around, is there? Or maybe one's just enough. One Kaza is enough.
So yes, for those that don't know, Kaza's just literally last night, about 1 a.m, got home from visiting Little Port in the person. So it was an absolute pleasure to have you with us, babe. And we had some fun, didn't we?
We did.
Bless you.
You timorous beastie.
We timorous, but yeah, see Facebook for details. She got me last year by surprising me, but I knew this year and I knew she'd be up to something. So I got her this year because she was recording me wanting to sneak in underneath the station pass, but I saw her coming along the platform. So I yelled at her this time. So there we are. So lovely to have you visit us, Kaza.
Thank you.
And nice to see you today, as always. Now, our next visitor online, who has had fun with Restream today, is a familiar face to a Sunday service, but she's here in a different capacity today as a recipient. So please welcome Michelle. Hello.
Hello, nice to see you again. Yes, Restream is a little bit difficult, but we got there.
In actual fact, if memory serves me, you did better today than you did last time. So that's
Yes,
progress. Excellent.
yes. A lesson in prior to coming on, a lesson in how to even download it.
To be fair, Michelle, there are still people struggling to get on with it. So getting on is wonderful. But it's lovely to see you again, and thank you for coming on to be a recipient.
No, thank you. Thank you for asking.
Excellent.
Lovely.
And the next person to join us is someone who put a pun out to get on today's service, to go into the raffle, but we had a dropout. So I said, you want to come on today instead? And here she is. Hello, Karen.
Hello.
Hi, Don. You all right?
Fine, thank you.
Good. Now, I'm not going to interview you about what's your name and where you're from and what's your life story, because we want the medium to tell us. So all I will say, of course, is thank you for coming in at the last minute there after an original let's put you in the raffle for next time. It is appreciated. So thank you for joining us today. And someone else who's a late arrival, but absolutely very, very welcome. Hello, Terry. Can you hear us?
Good afternoon. Yes, thank you. I've got a croaky voice, but I'm here.
Oh, it's
Thank
hey,
you.
croaky is better than silence, which my mother is struggling with the microphone today. So we can hear you, you can hear us, we can see you. All's good in the hood, as they say. So welcome along as well, Terry. So there we are. We have a group where more than 2 or 3 are gathered. Spirit will be there to make themselves known. So, my friends, let us begin this service in the traditional manner by opening in prayer. As we say, Great Spirit, divine universal source of all, we thank you. We thank you for the opportunity to come together as friends, to unite under a banner of love, hope, and friendship, to witness that proof and your truth that life is indeed eternal. As we place this service in your care and keeping, we make the statement as ever, that everything we do will be in love, truth, and in light. Amen. Thank you, friends. So a couple of notices before we begin. The next service will be easy for me to remember because it is on the very last day of the month. So the next online service will be on the 31st of August. If you're interested in trying Restream, then do get in touch with Kazza to get your name put in the raffle. And then we can hopefully get you on and see you next month with our next service. For those that do live away, our Thursday services, though you can't get a message because of the way it's set up and the hall and everything, you can join in with the service, take part and be a member of the congregation online every Thursday night at 7:40, which is streamed on Facebook and YouTube live. So we do have a chat and an interact, in spite of the ability not to be able to connect the medium with you because there's something like a 15-second delay. But it is a great time to come together and celebrate the truth of spirit. But if you are close by, we're at Little Port Village Hall, which is in Cambridgeshire, and also on the 2nd of August at 12 o'clock we've got our first open day of the year, actually, with readings and food and crystals and food and healing and food. So there's lots of food, but anyone who wishes to come along to our open day on the 2nd of August, Little Port Village Hall, you're more than welcome. And don't be thinking that people don't turn up from miles away to Little Port. Kaz is just one example of people who'll travel a distance. but everyone is made welcome as you are also today. So that is the notices. In terms of today's philosophy, which of course we have the reading after the philosophy to see if spirit are in tune, I have a confession to make and an honesty to fulfill. I already read the reading. Oh, she's changed her mind. Okay. So Kaza showed me something the other day and she said, I might do that as the reading on Sunday. I was being honest. I thought I'd seen it. But I was then going to say, I'm going to go off in a different tangent deliberately. So in terms of what I'd like to talk about today, it's about perspective and opinion and difference, because this is something that's very central to the human condition as much as our way of life. One of the things that you tend to do when you run courses and workshops is you set up WhatsApp groups. And when you set up WhatsApp groups, you tend to have rather lengthy conversations going on throughout your day that you're not always necessarily involved in, but will step into from time to time. Today was one such conversation that was very fascinating and interesting. And it was about science and religion. Now, science and religion seem to be quite heavy opposites, but I don't actually see that as true. And one of the reasons is because we have a certain view of what science is. It's all facts and figures, it's all cold, hard numbers. And religion and philosophy and ways of life are very much situations that revolve around the mind and the heart, and very much opinion based. But the truth is that's not entirely the full story, because when it comes to science, all science starts with a thought, a theory, an opinion that's tried and tested and proved. And of course, when it comes to spiritualism and spirituality, and in particular mediumship, what we're doing here today might come with some lovely flowery words and some nice music and some warm fuzzy feelings, we hope, when you get a really, really good connection every single time we have a service. But we're trying, we're testing, we're proving. So science and religion are more bedfellows than they are mortal enemies. It just depends on how we look at them and how we perceive them. Because quite often science has gone down the route of absolutes, of hard facts and hard numbers. But we must remember that science also comes from a point of wonder, of exploration and mystery. One of the benefits, of course, of our way of life is that we can synchronize the two, because every single connection, every single communication is a journey of wonder, of mystery, and trying and testing and proving. And so when we look at the perspective of separation, there isn't that much of a difference really. It's only what we put into it. And that, my friends, is the message of the day. It's about what we put into it and the way we perceive things that makes the real difference. It's perspectives and what we put into it that takes science and religion apart. But actually, when you think about it in a different way, they're not that far apart really in terms of the beginning of the story. Of course, the beginning of the story is where everything starts. We're the ones who write the rest of the story. So make sure you write a balanced one, a good one, a happy one, a joyful one. And always remember to take into consideration another perspective, because when we do, we get a bigger picture ourselves. So thank you all for listening, and God bless you all. And now to see how far in extremis I am from Kaza's reading today. Kaza, could we have our reading for today's service?
Absolutely, thank you, Nick. This one is not so much spirit-led, but it's more of a personal reading today. And as you mentioned earlier, Nick, I have just returned home late last night, from an 8-hour train journey. I've been on this journey before, but this time it was something special. If we go back to Thursday, all ready to go, all packed, got on the train in Dundee, and to be exact, 7 hours, 49 minutes later, I arrived in a little place called Littleport, which some of you will know is where the Rev Nick Brown and his mama reside. Now, last year, as Nick mentioned earlier on, last year I came down and he had no clue I was coming down. And but the reaction that I got then, he got his own back on me this time, which, as Nick mentioned earlier on, check Facebook videos for that. Thursday night was a beautiful evidential night of great mediumship from the Reverend Tory Swindles and Reverend Jean Pearson. But of course, the icing on the cake that night was celebrating the 13th birthday anniversary of Littleport Christian Spiritualist Alliance. Again, happy birthday. Friday, what can I say about Friday? It's a day I will never forget in many ways. Not only did I meet a fellow Scot who owned a gift shop, I also experienced something very, very special. Now, I know this maybe isn't for everyone, but I wanted to share with everyone how it made me feel. I felt honoured. I felt proud to be part of the sprinkling of the holy water at Walsingham, which it was located down the Holy Well. It was a beautiful, beautiful experience that I will never, ever forget. It made me realise how beautiful this journey I'm on actually is. It brought me comfort. It's given me hope. It's brought me peace. But more importantly, it's given me the strength that I need. And I still do. I still need the strength to put one foot in front of the other. To find strength after loss. So I very, very highly recommend that if anybody gets the opportunity to, one, visit Walsingham, if you're there, please go and visit the Shrine of Our Lady of Walsingham. You will not be disappointed. And for someone 4 years ago who had not really very often visited a church or talked about religion or was more interested in tattoos or was more interested in live concerts or going to the pub with my friends. 4 years on from what I experienced on Friday will live with me for the rest of my life. So thank you, Nick. Thank you for giving me the experience that I felt on Friday. Thank you.
Bless you. Thank you, Kaza, for a wonderful insight on how changing perspectives can be helpful for growth. See, you always sit here and worry that it's not going to connect, but of course, trust in spirit, it will connect. And thank you for giving it a chance and going along, because instantly, yes, you're absolutely right. When it comes to that connection of spirit, we see different religions, different organizations, different ways of working. And I think I'm probably right in saying you saw less difference that day in terms of the result and the origins. And that's what matters. So thank you for giving it a chance and coming along and having a wonderful experience. And thank you for sharing your insight as well with everyone. Bless you. Thank you, Kaza. Well, friends, I will keep an eye out for Terry, whose connection keeps cutting in and out. Always good fun. But for now, friends, we are going to continue that role, actually, of Walsingham in terms of the healing, because it is a healing shrine. And we are now going to send out our healing thoughts to all those who are sick and suffering and in need of comfort. This is obviously a time where you can think of others. You might notice that right there, I've brought up the chat again. Anyone who wishes to have the names of those that you know who are in need of healing, feel free to comment their names in the chat so we can all see them and consider them as well. But of course, remember all of the healing books throughout all the land, which sounds familiar because that's in the healing song. But send your thoughts out and join us, if you will, for a moment in a couple of minutes of healing thought as we listen to the words of the healing prayer that's written on the inside cover of our healing book, but in music form. So let's send out our thoughts, friends, and do share the names, and I will highlight them as we go along.
Spirit, Father, Mother, God, divine source of the universe and great Creator. Here we bring unto you all those listed in all the healing books throughout the land. Be they sick in mind, body, spirit, or soul, that it may please thee to heal them, those we know, those we do not know, those that have no one to ask for them. We ask for them now. Those we know, those we do not know, those that have no one to ask for them. We ask for them now. Please thee to heal them, those we know, those we do not know, those that have no one to ask for them. We ask for them now. We ask for them now.
Thank you, friends. Well, it's funny, really. I always feel a bit of a change during a service in terms of we go from the discussions, the conversations, the notices, then into the healing. It always shifts the tone and the feeling. But of course, today, of all days, we continue from the healing and over to the most uplifting of things, proof of survival. So let's change the screen, shall we? And there's everyone back all nice and even again. So we know Terry's dropped off. I will keep an eye out for if she comes back. But we're now going to hand over the rest of the service to Sheila. So thank you, Kaz. So Terry can't come back. So you've got everyone in front of you to pick from today, Sheila, just to allow. Don't worry too much about me, you know. But you can go wherever the spirit moves you. And I'd like to now welcome to take over, take the top spot, take the big screen, our medium for today, the lovely Sheila Dougal. So over to you.
Hi.
Hi.
Good afternoon. I have been sitting here asking them to switch me on and get my techno side going so that my sat nav's up and running. But I don't feel it's quite connected just this moment, so I may have to start off by throwing it out. So hopefully we can connect with the lovely ladies here. But feeling that if you can understand the information on the chat or wherever you are, please make a noise, wave, hands, you name it, and get our attention. And because the first thing I felt while that music was coming in is I felt it was like a yin and yang kind of couple, and it was like chalk and cheese, chalk and cheese. I felt a couple coming in, very much a couple on the earth plane, and very much a couple in life. But I do feel that the wife passed before the gentleman. I have asked for the relationship, and I am strongly towards the grandmother and the grandfather. Grandmother did all the speaking, and he's just nipped in and says grandmother did a lot of the narking as well. And where he was quiet, he would sit in the corner in his chair, TV, newspaper, and just watching the world go by. But he was a listener. He was hearing things, and he also judged people wisely, can I say, because he had a good intuition. But he was a people person, because when he was outside in the garden, he spoke to everybody, spoke to everybody. His wife is feeling a bit, she liked everything in its place, but family was important too. And when children come over, because I feel like I'm coming to a granddaughter, when a family came over, she always had treats for the children. But believe you me, it was like school. If adults was in and there was cakes, then you didn't get to touch the cakes until the adults were finished. You know, so if you were drooling over a special cake and somebody had swiped it, then I'm afraid you missed out. The is how it's been put across, because she knows how you all felt when the cakes disappeared. The other lady, her child came out when you came over to visit, and I'm being made aware of walks, but especially with grandfather, and memories of the picnics at the parks. Can anybody take this information? I know it's not one of the visitors here. Rev,
That's
Nick,
me. I'm sorry, everybody. But in actual fact, you gave a few comments there that I was actually mentioning in terms of my grandfather yesterday in the car. So yes, that very much resonates with my grandparents. Mother, I know you're watching. It's her parents. So I'll take it on your behalf. So listen up. What I'll do is I'll just make you and I the focus on the screen for a moment, and then bring everybody back after the message. See you all in a mo. Don't press anything. Don't go anywhere. I will do it all for you. Back soon, everyone.
So the gentleman's coming in with the quietness, okay?
Yes.
So would you understand that you were a bit hyper when you were younger?
Just a
and
tad.
But you started to calm down and you found your balance, and he's kind of like saying you found your tribe, and he's saying that he's quite pleased and proud on how far you've come. Your gran's like this because he's cut in. He's cut in because she likes to have the words. And she's just sort of like saying that he's just said to her, he wouldn't have said it on the earth plane, wait your turn, woman. Lovely. He's lovely. You'll probably have payback when we're finished.
Yes.
But I want to say that although he had challenges within his life because of the era that he was brought up in, it didn't define him. He stayed humble and he treated everybody the same. And he was sort of like saying that when Gran had people in, can I say, and into the lines of the chatter ladies, he would bail outside because it wasn't his scene. It wasn't his scene. He was out in the shed, he was out in the garden. But you would understand that he's taught you a lot as far as the gardening goes. And but you haven't really put it into practice. Would you understand that?
I would, absolutely.
Because you keep coming out with ideas, you keep coming out with plans. You've actually got a design that you were going to do in the garden, but it's kind of filed somewhere. You know, it's in that file 13.
Yes.
And he's just sort of like coming in. And I want to say that at one stage you would understand that you were going to join the army.
There was a thought there, yes.
Yeah, because he said thought. And he's saying, but you chose a different career path. It was like your life came from Hally-racket into sort of like smooth. You do still have hurdles, but you're more wiser and you have that ability to step over them. You don't let it get to you too much. You know, you're able to sort of like put it to the side. And if you're wanting to go in for Hally-racket is, look it up.
Oh, I figured Hally-racket, yeah.
And because I just want to say that, but there was often the sort of like the coin pressed into the hand when you were visiting, but you did it to all the grandchildren.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's like, shh, don't let her know, you know, buy yourself a sweetie. And he says, I better move and let her come in because she's standing tapping her foot now. I feel like he's sort of like passing by and he says, good talking to you, kid. And he says, keep progressing, keep moving forward and keep being you. And he's saying, let that bad stuff go. Don't keep taking it into the future because it mars the future. But he says, you know what I'm on about.
I really do. Thank you.
I'm not a nosy medium, so I don't go in. And he's handing you a thing of licorice all sorts. He says, I was going to give you dolly mixtures, but he says, I decided to keep them for myself.
Very true. Yes. Yes.
And you would understand the name Albert. I've just had Albert being shouted in.
Would. Yeah.
He wasn't too keen in being called Bertie, but sometimes he got called Bertie, but he sort of like grinned and heard it, you know. And there's a scrap going on here. They're both sort of like doing this. So the lady coming forward, I've got to say at times she's sort of like teacher demeanor, and sometimes she was misunderstood, but and she was accused at times of having a swinging brick, but she had a heart of gold. She would help anybody that was genuine, but don't make a fool of her, you know.
Absolutely.
And she says that she got used to your little tricks when you were growing up, and she quickly nipped that in the bud, can I say? Yes. And she's coming in with a lot of love. She wasn't one that was sort of like lovey and huggy, but you knew that it was there. You knew it was there. She was more practical advice, and she was more that, well, do you really need to think on that, you know, and why can't you just do things instead of stalling? Make the best of yourself, you know. So she was kind of like a pusher rather than a sort of like holding back. And she was opinionated, and because I've got to bring that bit in, but she's got a lovely little heart box here for you. And would you understand that you used to do crafting?
Yes.
Because she's got a little heart box which is quite well battered. And I've got to say that it still remains.
Yes,
Still
it does.
remains. And because she kept a lot of what she was gifted, and she was quite happy with getting these kind of gifts rather than going out and spending money. Loved her flowers in pots. She wasn't too keen on the cut flowers, although she accepted them. Very, very reasonable lady, and a lady who was not quite frugal, because she could go into her purse if need be, and your grandfather just shouted, ha, 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 ha. Short arms, long pockets. And she's just sort of like bringing in the uplifting times. And I've got to say, the handkerchief.
Yes, definitely.
It's
Still
like,
got the
back off,
scars.
back off,
Yeah.
back off. And she was always tidying your hair.
Yes.
You know, she was never happy how it was sitting. And so she was always tidying your hair. And but I've got to say that she's been in and around you quite a lot lately, because it's like giving you support, because you have been fighting some things, and because you're trying to stay here rather than past, and you're trying to get rid of the bad memories and work on from it. But you would understand that she's giving you support because you're supporting a person in and around you that badly needs it. And I've got to mention mental health issues. And it seems to be that it drags you down at times when you're sitting on the quiet, because it's like, what can I do now? She's wanting to say you are doing enough, because it's the individual who needs to say that, yes, I would like to move forward and get my life back. But you're supporting, you are listening, and that is mountain loads. Okay? So she's giving you a pat in the back for that. I've also got to say as well that she's glad that you've changed your way for trying to help your health. And she says, but still a little bit too much of the snacks. A little
Yes.
bit too much of the snacks. And she says, decent meals is better than the snacks, okay? And she says, that's all the lecture I'm giving, because I did plenty when I was here on the earth plane. She's bringing memories of the seaside as well.
Yes.
And a whole gang of yous just sitting on deck chairs in the beach, and venturing into the water if you were able to, you know, because it was like toe in. No, I'm not going in. And the sun just sort of like beating down. I've got the handkerchief hats, and I've got God knows how many lashings of lotions on the bodies, especially the children. And would you understand that there was a special treat of the fun fair as well?
Yes, absolutely.
Just to end the day. Just
Yes.
to end the day. And she says that that was one of the best memories ever. And she says there was no bickering. She says there was no fighting, and the family just came together. Because after that, there was times when they weren't too sure if park outings and fun games and stuff would sort of like stay mellow. That you're supporting your family a lot as well. And she's just sort of like thanking you for that, because a lot of times people give up, but you're trying to keep the family together. There's healing going around your mum as well, and because there's a lot that she doesn't talk about. And she says, but I know, she says, I'm in watching. And she gets really frustrated if she can't complete a job, you know,
Yes.
but she won't ask for help. But that was
No.
her mum. That was her mum as well. And she says that she tries to devise ways. And then it's a case of, oh, goodness sakes, why didn't you ask me? But your mum's listening to a lot of music. Because there's a lot of it she enjoys, because it brings memories back for her too, because she liked music and she liked to sort of like hum and sing around the house. And she says that she says she would have liked to have joined a choir, but she didn't think that she was good enough. So she says torturing your grandfather was enough.
There's a memory link there, definitely, yes.
And she's smoothing the road for you, to be honest with you, you know, because there's not so much pebbles to go around. And she's putting one of those funny joker hats on top of you, you know, the ones you get from Blackpool.
Yeah.
And so she's just putting one of them on top of you. And she says she just loves watching you in your life. And she says you make me smile. I didn't say it a lot when I was here. And she says, but I'm proud. I'm proud. And thank you for keeping the family together. Thank you for being who you are. And thank you for changing your life. Okay.
Thank you.
And thank you for
Much
working with me.
appreciated. Thank you very much. Absolutely. Yes. That, excuse me. It's funny, really, when you talk about them, they turn up, isn't it? I was having some conversations where a lot of that description, in terms of personality, we were talking about on the way yesterday, weren't we, Kaz? On the way back from, well, was it yesterday, the day before, whatever, I lose track. So yes, absolutely, that was absolutely marvelous. Thank you, Sheila. And I now remove myself and say over to you again.
So I'm just asking for my next connection to come in. I did hope that they would have plugged me in by now. And Karen,
Yeah.
would you understand that you're at a crossroads at this moment?
In a way, I am. Yeah.
Yeah, because I kind of feel that it's unsure of which way to go. I don't feel as if it's a massive crossroad, but I just feel that you've been placed in this crossroads. And it's would you understand if I say you're trying to stay out of the vortex?
Yes.
You're just trying to stay on the edge because it feels that you're trying to be impartial. So you've got this little crossroads here, and it's I want to say that I do feel a younger person coming in, and there's been quite a lot of emotions in and around you, can I say? But I want to give you a lot of energy as well, because I kind of feel that at times it's hard to get out of bed because it just seems to be one thing on top of the other.
Yeah.
And but can I say that you're doing very well in fighting and keeping being you? And because you know that if you get sucked into this vortex and are forced, oh, these are for choosing sides, by the way, if you can understand it that way. And because if you get sucked into the vortex, you know that it's going to cause a lot more problems that you don't want, because you want to stay impartial for everybody involved. I want to bring in autumn for you as well. And because that uplifts you, the colours just gives you that energy, gives you that grounding, and you like going walking out in it. And yes, you can bring out your inner child when you see that pile of leaves. You know, should I, shouldn't I? Who's watching? And go for it. And but would you understand a ginger cat?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Right, because I've just had a ginger cat come plodding
Yeah.
across the bed, and it's not mine because this one's got a bit more white in it.
Yeah.
And quite cocky, you know. It's like this is my bed, and the but quite couthy as well, can I say? And would you understand a confidant? Just sort
Sorry,
of like would
confident.
lie there. Yeah, a confidant
Yeah.
would just lie there and listen to you speaking to it. And would you understand
Yeah.
a male cat?
A what cat? Sorry.
A male
male
cat. A
Male cat.
boy.
He's a male ginger I lost about 8 years ago.
Yeah, because you would understand that he's been back in visiting. You've had the signs.
Well, I won't be surprised. He was my favourite, he was.
Yeah, because I just feel that if he could speak human, he would give advice as well.
Yeah.
And because I just feel that he was more than just a cat. He was more like a healing cat.
Yeah.
He was more like a healing cat. And he was actually good with people as well. But if there was anybody who he judged that wasn't to be, you knew he would take himself out and stay away. And that's what gave you. Would you understand that you learned how to judge people through the cat? Strengthened your intuition.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
And I've also got Nancy Sadaka, or whatever her name is. I can't say the word. Nancy Sadaka. That these boots are made for walking. So you have been sort of like planning, little sort of like more than just a 10-minute walk. Can I put it that way?
I've been going for 3 to 5 miles a day.
Yep. And
Yeah.
because I've just got these boots are made for walking, because you've got the stilettos and they're coming down like this. And but can I say as well that family is important to you as well, but there's some that you haven't heard from. There's been a bit of a gap. There's been a bit of a gap. And but try not to leave it too much of a gap, because the gap becomes the Grand Canyon, and then both sides feel a bit awkward. Oh, what can we phone for? What can we say? You know.
Yeah.
But it's that type of family that when you're back together again, it's like, it was just like yesterday you were speaking to one another, Kim.
Yeah.
It's bringing you that upliftment as well. But I want to say sisterhood is quite precious to you as well. Having that friends that you can lean on, and having that friends that you can confide in. And yes, friends have gone, and I'm not meaning to spirit, but I know that friends have gone, and
they
that
have.
left like a stab in the heart. And but you've come to terms with it now. And it's would you understand wanting to experiment on the cooker?
Microwave. I think I've bought a new microwave.
Right. So
not
that's
really. Yeah.
right. No, because what I got was that I've just got this great big pot. But would you understand the great big pot that would feed about 50 folk?
No.
The
No,
great
not
big pot. Well, there's a great big pot came in, and steer in the pot. And so I want to say that right, the lady that I feel, I've got to say that wouldn't have agreed with the microwave. Wouldn't have agreed with the microwave. Everything would have been made.
Yeah.
And there was a younger lady came in, but I don't know where she's come, because she's gone, I should say, because she didn't give me any information. I just felt a younger presence. I'm asking her to come back, by the way. And because I want to say that this lady was always cooking, and when people came in, she was a bit like a feeder, and the table would be full, you know.
My grandmother, yeah.
You've just taken that away from me now. No, you're fine. I forgot to say yes, no's, don't knows. Because I want to say that there is a recipe book belonging to her.
Yep.
Somewhere still here, and because she would like you to try out some things, and she says that nutrition and instead of ping. But would you understand a younger male in and around you that uses telephone too much and gets takeaways? Because when I get the symbol of the great big salt cellar, it means that too much takeaways.
I don't know anything about that. No.
Right. I'm just asking.
That's all.
If it's the young lad, if it's not connected to you, can you go to your friendship level where the young lad, he's working, so he's got his own money, and I want to say that
I think he lives next door.
all right, because she's just sort of like saying that a little bit too much salt, a little bit. He's not adding it, but it's already in the meals.
Yeah.
I'm just being made aware of a lady who passed its spirit with hardening of the arteries.
Right.
I'm just feeling that because if you gave her a meal, it was a meal with salt, can I say? Because I'm just seeing it going like this.
Yeah.
And just clapping the meal with salt and just a little of pepper, you know. And right. As I said, I don't know where that young lady went. She was just being mentioned. I did feel like a conscious condition with her, but she doesn't seem to be coming back.
I think I can take the young, well, when I say young lady, she was in her 60s, but, you know.
Yeah, she's a little young looking, fresh skin.
Yeah.
You know, her age deceived her, Ken.
Yeah, she was younger looking.
Yes. Yeah. And right. Your gran. very mellow, didn't need to say much because you knew when she was annoyed. It
Yeah.
didn't take much to sort of like say, oh, stepped over the line. But she wasn't harsh, can I say. And would you remember the little collection tins that she had where she would put money into each week? Because she's just showing some collection tins where she would squirrel money away. They all had a purpose. There wasn't a lot went in there, Ken.
I can't quite remember that. I'm sure
Do
she
you
has.
Because I'm seeing about 4 tins.
Yeah.
And if they're not tins, they're like ceramic. But she used to put a couple of coins into each.
Oh,
every
my
week.
mum used to do that. She used to have
Your mum.
yeah.
Because I've just got the tins quite clearly, you know, and one was specifically for a rainy day.
Yes.
And this was when that for special treats, can I say. And the bringing that in, and you would understand that you have been talking about putting pennies away,
Yes.
squirreling money away. And but it's not easy, is it? It's not easy. And but it's your grand's just saying a penny a day mounts up over the year, slow and steady, you know. You've been finding 5 pences.
Yeah.
And because she's just saying that they've upgraded you from a penny to a 5p. Put them in a tin. Put them in a tin. Spirit money. And but it's the energy that she's given me for you. You would understand that you are trying to get your mojo back.
Yes.
Get your mojo back, because it's just the energies that's going around just now just sort of like knocks you off. And because I've just got to say that well done that you're not staying in your bed, and you are kind of like putting the duvet back, although reluctantly, and getting yourself out of bed and getting going. But you pulled away from people. You're not involved in the same amount of people as what you used to be.
No.
And because the energies in and around is just because when we're on a spiritual journey, you've got that you feel everything. You feel people's natures, you feel the emotions and things. Even in the supermarket, you come home grumpy because and this is including me, because you're picking up on other people as well. And yes, we wish that we could help everybody. And but do you meditate?
I don't. No, not at the moment.
Right, because I just heard that to try and get even just a 5-minute meditation a day in, so that you can have that pause moment, you know, that breath, and you will find a bit more strengthening. But ground yourself, please, because it feels like your feet is just slightly off the ground, so you're needing some grounding work. And all simples. If it's safe in your garden and there's no dog poo, barefoot in the garden for a few minutes, and or out in nature. But just I'm needing grounding because I just feel like this inside, you know. And so bringing in nature for you, and water, cleansing, the water just rushing by. And there's a babbling brook where you walk by, because I'm just feeling it gently going over the rocks. But there's also one that is a bit more wilder and ending up coming down to, it's either a little sort of like rapids, I mean, say tiny, and or it's like heading for a little waterfall again. And that's energizing, because she goes on walks with you. And but please take their love, know that they're rallying around and helping, and they're trying to get you this energy back, because you used to be chasing your tail all the time, again, whoosh 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 whoosh, you know. And just now it's like, oh, can't be bothered. But it'll come back. The mojo will come back. Once you work through what you've got to work through, you'll be sailing again. Thank you for working with me.
Thanks.
Thank you. So I hope you could take that.
I'm coming. I couldn't find the button. I do apologize. What wonderful, wonderful evidence there. Thank you so much, Sheila. And thank you, Karen, for having your life spread open on there. And can I just say, wonderful to have an animal come through. I was reminded of that wonderful Mr. Mistopheles, and aren't animals just the best mediums ever? Thank you so much. Excellent. Right, let's bring everyone else back now.
I love bringing through the animals.
And yeah, me too. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Right, Sheila, over to you again.
Thank you. The right. I feel a younger male here, and as he's coming in, I'm quite smart. I want to put him in about his late teens, early 20s. So he's been taken before his time. But I don't feel that it was accidental. And right. Just got the word son just came in here. Would anybody understand son who passed to spirit long before his time? But I don't feel it was accidental. He's not going into details because it still kind of hurts, although he's been in spirit for a while. I'm not sure if it's his name, but I feel that there's a Kenny or a Kenneth involved within the group. I definitely feel I'm looking for mum. Does anybody understand this young lad? I've got lovely dark hair, and he was quite. Oh, hello, Patrick. Fancy seeing you. And I just feel that with this young lad, he had his life planned out, but it kind of went a little wrong. And he's not going into details about it, but I do know that. Would you understand that it would have been better if it was not that moment or time? If he'd been held back just a little, then it would have been okay, and he would have continued with his career. Right. I'm definitely feeling son with this gentleman, but I know that he's been in spirit for quite a while, can I say. Very handsome lad, very handsome lad. I've got 2 other brothers. I've got a sister as well, and 1 brother is in spirit with him. He makes me feel like he was the baby of the family. Can anybody understand this information? Ooh. I know that they don't come through for just, they come through to connect. And one thing I hate is having to thank them and send them back. So I'm just asking for a bit more information. I've got like a shop. It's like a post office kind of grocery shop being mentioned as well, because this was a big part of life. I do feel that Dad passed before Mum. And I just says to him, that doesn't work out, because if you're shouting on Mum and Mum's in spirit, then that's okay, Ruthie, if you don't know the name, because I've been working on names, and when I get them, I give them anyway. Would you understand the lad? But just not the name. Right. You would know that he was upbeat, and the type of lad that would have the girls would swoon over, can I say? And because he just made me feel that Dad passed before Mum, and so they sort of like acknowledging that reunited with his dad, but his dad passed quite a while after he did. This left a gap in the hole. Do you know his family, Ruthie? Because I just feel that this left a big hole within the family and it left complications. But would you understand there was unanswered questions? He's got gorgeous hair and I love his eyes. His eyes are just that sink into. He was smartly dressed. He looks like he's ironed his jeans, but he doesn't. But he's got smart jeans on and he always wore lovely, lovely jumpers. And he had a lot going for him because he had a lot planned in his life, but he never got to make that next step, can I say. And because I've got to say that although he missed out on life on the earth plane, he's made it up in spirit because he's doing a job that he likes up in spirit. Now, I'm not sure if it's for you or if it's for him, but I feel teacher being involved, and he's just loving being with his spirit children and helping them evolve, can I say. My teeth's starting to go. I've also got to say as well that would you understand at this moment you're undecided, Ruthie? Because I've just got this humongous question mark just popped up. And would you understand a broken hoover? Because I've just got a broken hoover in front. It's like moving, but it's not sucking. It's leaving more of a mess than what it is for pulling up, can I say? And because he's referencing to the hoover, because he's one that would have sort of like played around with that. And right, because I've got the teaching. I know I've got the teaching. And I want to say as well that yes, he's just got that compassion as well. He would have made a fantastic teacher, but you've got that qualities as well, you know. Although you're glad of the end of term because it's like, woohoo, got a break, and then it's like, oh, when's school going back? You know, it keeps you alive. And he's because he's just going on about the Hoover, and because when you're using it, it's leaving more than what's picking up. And this is just to show that he is in and around, you know, because you would understand that you two had a good relationship. You knew one another. Because he kind of like shakes his head because he says that when you're at home, you keep on thinking about cleaning, can I say? And you're contemplating, I'm being drawn to my wardrobes, you're contemplating and sorting out your wardrobes. But he's shaking his head because he says every single time you pull stuff out, you keep putting stuff back, you know. And then he says it kind of defeats the purpose, although it's tidy for a wee while. And he's sort of like laughing. He's also saying that there's a frustration around messy room. Would you understand a daughter you're trying to get to tidy up? Doesn't know what a wardrobe's for. Things is on the floor. Shoes is mixed up. They're not in pairs. And if not, could you understand that for yourself? But I don't feel it is for yourself if you can take it that way. Right, okay then, because I did feel that, because when I see the little infinitive 8, I know that there's a connection. And so that's what he's on about always filling up the wardrobe again. Okay, thank you for that. And because I want to say that he was good with animals as well. And he would often walk a dog, can I say, because I'm just seeing walking along there's like a little pathway and then you've got grass both sides and just heading out for this walk. And he would be walking the dog. And, but you would understand that in and around you, sorry, I'm not catching up all what you're giving me. You would understand that he'd the patience of a saint because he's looking at the jigsaw puzzles that's in the corner that's been sitting there for years and we've never got around to it. And he's bringing in that patience for you as well because you have been waiting for a long time to achieve what you're starting to achieve. You're just at the beginning, and it's opening up, and there's doors opening as well, and it's taken that step forward. Would you understand head teacher? Head teacher, because I've just got this great big head and it's got a teacher's hat on it, and I'm just asking him what he means, because symbolically wise I would have said like a big head, but he didn't have a big head at all. And because I want to say that, would you understand that you're aiming for a promotion? You're aiming for a promotion, and you are doing the groundwork. Because I got the grounding, but it's not needing grounding. It was more like doing groundwork. Would you understand in your teaching job? It's next step up, Ruthie. Next step up. No, school was bittersweet, can I say, but it didn't destroy you. You stood up and made something of yourself, rather than what they were sort of like telling you that you wouldn't amount to anything sort of thing, but you rose above it and you proved them all wrong. Thank you, because that'll be the doing the groundwork that I was feeling. Sorry I didn't get into that a little bit more. But I want to say that you are comfortable at this moment. Things is falling into place. You sense spirit, because you've sensed him in and around as well. And I want to say he's a playful little soul as well. And he likes playing with electronics. I don't know why I'm doing that. And he's, I want to say that he's very much supporting you, and he supported you as well in matters of the heart. He's, I want to say that you're still connected to his mum, because there's a lot of healing going around mum as well. Although she's kind of like stepped on, she's still sort of like held in the past, and he's wanting her to just enjoy life as much as she can, because it's still a little bit early for her to go and join him, but he says there'll be a massive party when her time is ready, but it's not now, okay? And she's, because I just feel that she seems to be burning the candle at both ends, because she kind of seemed to sleep, if you know anything about that. And yeah, because he was just making it, bringing it in, that you work spirits very much in and around you. And he has been in and around, and I want to say that has tried to make her feel he's there. And he's got some beautiful aftershave, hasn't he? That smell is just gorgeous. And he's but he keeps an eye on her. He keeps an eye on her. And he's never been forgotten, and he's grateful. And he's grateful for the flowers that gets laid for him. He says, I'm not really a flower person, but he says it's lovely. It's lovely, and it's lovely never to be forgotten. And I've got a dram raised for me on my birthday. I've got a dram raised for me at New Year as well. And he says, but I'm there at the Christmas table. He says, be it, it's a lot smaller. There's been some children in the family since he passed, and he likes going in and kittling them up, can I say? And but he's definitely keeping an eye on mum, keeping an eye on mum. Thank you for all you did. And he says the laughter, the jokes, and he says that went with him. And he still keeps an eye on his brothers as well, okay? And he's pleased that they are taken. Oh, sorry to hear that. Oh, he wasn't bringing out anything of that, I'm afraid. Thank you for that, and we send love and healing in and around. But take his love and keep improving, and keep that love coming from you, because you're doing a lot of good. And it's amazing when you see that difference you bring to people when you connect to spirit. If you could just bottle that as well, it's just wonderful, isn't it? And thank you for working with me, Ruthie, and accepting this beautiful young lad.
Beautiful, beautiful message. Oh, right. Just to clarify, Ruthie says, no, I mean, my brother took his sons to visit him
Oh,
at
right.
the grave.
Okay.
This is grammar at her
My
best.
Windows wasn't switched on, right?
A big thank you from Ruthie there. Ruthie, thanks for stepping up there. Nice to see you too, by the way, Ruthie. Right, we have got a couple more opportunities. So everyone's back, and again over to you, because I noticed a lovely little lady in the corner there, because she's far away from the camera. We haven't come to yet, but over to you, Sheila.
Yeah, right. Oof, right. I'm just asking for connect with Michelle. Connect with Michelle. Michelle.
Hi.
Hi. Would you understand if I said hands tied?
Depends on what, really.
Right, I'm just asking them to order it, open it up, not too publicly. Right. Would you understand that you're very supportive within the family, and you're like a crutch? And I just feel that there's a female essence in and around you that feels a little bit trapped and not sure how to continue with life, if you can take it that way. I don't mean anything derogatory. I don't mean anything about wanting to go to spirit. I just mean the next step on life. Because I've been dealt a few, can I say that bit? But I've been dealt a few issues, can I say? A few issues. I've been hurt. If you can take it that way, Michelle.
Probably myself.
Right, because I just feel that my crutches have become huge, you know, and because it just feels like, would you understand that you've been harbouring on to memories,
Yes.
but not fantastic memories? It's more like the memories that bring you down. And because I just feel that if you take them and put them around, it's like encasing you.
Yeah, they've been.
Yeah, because that was the sort of like hands tied. And it's like trying to abolish these memories because they don't do any good, and plus the fact they're ready for just letting go.
Yeah.
And we'll never forget, but if we can let go, we can open the heart.
Yeah.
And it just brings in sadness. I do feel a lady coming in, and I want to say that this lady, she was exactly the same. Would you understand a lady who passed to spirit? I want to say, would you understand an aunt who passed to spirit, but despaired the family? And I'm bringing in the word depression.
Don't really know.
Right, because I just feel that more a pessimist than an optimist. If it's not the aunt link, would you understand it on the mother link or the grandmother link?
I would go probably more motherly. Yeah.
And because I want to say that at times it was kind of like despairing, and then other times it was happy. It was happy, you know, she was in the right frame of mind. And but it's when she went into this, I want to say it was like cycles. It wasn't all the time, because she could pick herself out of it, and then she could go back into it. The depression side.
Not. She didn't show a lot, but she had a harder life.
Yeah. And but she wanted the best for her family. She wanted the best for her family.
Yeah.
And but she's just making aware that just now you would feel that you're banging your head against a brick wall with a situation.
Slightly, yeah. Yeah, I can take that. Yeah.
Please don't, because it leaves a mark, and it might leave a dent, and it hurts your head, gives you a headache. Because the right, the teeth are running away with me. Right. So I want to say that, do you understand when I get this, the grass is barren in and around you at the moment? It's not lush green, but it's coming in as symbolic.
Yeah, it can be from. Yeah, I know where that is. Yeah, yeah.
I'm glad you do, because she's confusing me. She's confusing. And but I want to say that you're getting a big pat in the back from her, and because you had a relationship, but you had more of an understanding with Mum than what the others did, if you can take it that way.
Yes. Oh, yes.
And you had a lot more time for Mum,
Mm-hmm.
and you did a lot with Mum, and because she's just thanking you for that, because she says that a lot of times it went unnoticed. It went unnoticed. Understand the cupboards that needed to be emptied. I'm just seeing a mismatch of stuff, Ken. And it's like, oh, but this is Mum's treasures, you know. And but nobody wants them, sort of thing, you know. And so it's a case of gathering up Mum's stuff and finding a great big shed to store them into. But releasing has happened, because there's a lot of things being released, if you can take it that
I
way.
think that's more symbolic. More
Right,
symbolic.
okay, then that's fine.
Yeah.
If you can take it symbolic, I'm happy.
Yeah, I think that's symbolic too. Yeah.
You're slowly claiming back your empress. You're slowly claiming back your goddess. You're chilling up a bit more than what it usually is. You're looking forward rather than looking down.
Yes.
And you've started to put in earplugs. So you're ignoring the negative comments.
Very much so. Yeah.
And she says that's one of the hardest things that we have when we're going on our journey. She's also saying as well that she's putting you out into a beautiful garden, and it's lush grass. We've got fruit trees, and we've also got lots of flowers, but we've got animals in the garden as well. Do you understand that?
That will be symbolically as well. I know where that's
Right.
coming from.
Cool, because when I get a garden full of fruits and whatnot, it means that hard work is paying off.
Yeah.
Fruition is there, and it's your time to enjoy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can get that. Yeah.
Pluck the fruits of the labour. And would you understand why she says congratulations on a new birth?
Yes. There is a new baby coming again. Yeah.
No, because she's quite excited as well. She's quite excited as well. And she just said it's going to be like glue.
Okay.
It's going to be like glue, and so it's there'll be sort of like changes. And a lot of baggage, but not bad baggage. You know, when you're going out with a baby, all the bags that you need to
Yeah.
And hope that you haven't forgot anything. And because you would understand why she says that you haven't travelled much lately.
Yeah. Yeah.
You would like to, and you would like to make the plans, but you're not quite ready yet.
Yeah.
Not quite ready yet. It's just sort of like, it just feels like just being pulled back. And she's kind of like, she's not quite go for it, girl, you know. And but she says baby steps. And then she says, because once you start, oh, I just had something silver just flash there. You know, like an orb. That was lovely. It just went. And I'm obviously being drawn for something. But would you understand that you're supporting a member of the family in and around you just now? And I feel like there's hospital visits, because there's a lot of healing going in and around.
I'm supporting somebody. Yeah.
And you would understand injections, but it's not vaccinations. Getting injections. Because I've got one of that needles here. It started off like one of that old-fashioned needles where they're massive, with a great big needle, and everybody's scared of them, you know, and into this little thin one. Would you understand a pet that's under vet superstition? vet supervision just now?
No.
Right, that's maybe it moved on. But she's just sort of like saying, be the little hummingbird and soak up the honey and
Mhm.
enjoy the fruits of nature.
Mhm. Yeah, I can take that.
Keep growing strong,
Mhm.
reclaiming your life back,
Yeah. Yeah.
and enjoy everything that you can, because you've got so much to give,
Oh.
so much to give, and it's time to believe in yourself.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, I get that. I
She's
get that.
she's just giving you the chrysanthemums, and but she's putting colour onto them as well, and it's the colours that you need at this moment.
Mhm.
And because you've got the yellows coming in with peace, coming in with friendship, you've got the beautiful salmon pinks, love, but remember, in self-love for yourself as well. Be kind to yourself and
Mhm.
appreciate your soul. And you've got green for go, new beginnings, new starts, new life.
Okay, that's
Just
great.
hearing that song, the Scottish song, Step me gaily on me go, heel for heel and toe for toe. So she's wanting you to, that's all I'm singing, by the way, Nick, or else everybody will switch off. And she's just wanting you to keep doing that. Dance like nobody's watching. Get
Thank
them into
you.
it, okay?
Mhm.
You
Yeah,
used to
thank
dance
you.
when you were younger.
Yeah. 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 I can
Yeah.
take that. I can take that. Thank you
Thank
so,
you
so
for
much.
working
That
with
was lovely. Bless you. Thank you so, so much.
Thank
That
you.
was brilliant. Thank you.
I would love to see you dancing like nobody's
Oh,
watching, Michelle.
I do
I
try to
really
when
would.
nobody's watching. It's like, oh,
Bless you. Well, thank you, Sheila. What a lovely, lovely messages. Lovely, lovely messages. Sadly, my friends, we have run out of time. Look, Sheila, I want to thank you for
Thank
such
you.
a heartwarming, uplifting demonstration
Thank
of
you.
mediumship. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. And I know it was appreciated by everyone. If anyone would like to come on for a message, like I said, we've got the next service online is the 31st of August. It is literally the last Sunday of the month, the last day of the month. So you can't miss it. You can't forget it. Even I can't forget myself this time, which is a habit that I'm very good at, to be fair. But if you'd like to come on for a message, do get in touch with either Kaz or myself to be put in the raffle. And then we can bring you up on screen. We will have training sessions on Restream before the day when it comes to the connection issues that we
And
occasionally have.
can I just say, Nick,
But
that Michelle is our medium that day.
oh, and we will, of course, be joined by the lovely Michelle as our medium for August. So there we go. Well, serendipitous that I should do a spiel on that. But again, Sheila, what a lovely demonstration of mediumship there today.
Thank
Much
you.
appreciated, and thank you for your
Can I
work.
just say,
Friends, oh, of course you can. Of course you
no, I
can.
was
Yeah.
just going to say that if anybody's sitting quiet at any time of the day, please can you send virtual hugs out to the orphanages of the world, because these are children that don't even know what a kind word is. So in the hope that we can let them feel the love coming out for them. Thank you.
Absolutely. In actual fact, I'll back you up with a little bit of a tool. If people enjoyed listening to the healing song today for sending out thoughts, it is available freely if anybody wants to listen to it. That QR code takes you to the healing song where you can sit and listen to it. You can even download it. It is available freely. It's also available on our website, littleportspiritualists.org. But if you come to the video again at 1 minute 26, the QR code you can scan with your phone. And there you go. Someone has scanned the QR code with their phone. There we go. So you can. There you go. Well done. Well done, Karen. So you can access that and listen to it at any time you wish. freely. There is a wonderful history behind that song we spoke about on Thursday night. It was the first prayer that was written in the front cover of our healing book in Littleport when the original church was founded 27 years ago, no less. And it hasn't changed that much over the years. And then one day we put it to music with AI, and it's beautiful. So you've got that link there.
It's lovely.
Now, Sheila, you also mentioned about meditations. If anyone wants some pre-recorded guided meditations, here's a link to the Mastering Liminality guided meditations. Again, free on YouTube for you to listen to. That link is to YouTube Music, but you can also find it on YouTube as well. It's also available on Amazon Music and Spotify. I will post the links to that afterwards as well. So should you wish to do some guided meditations, then if you're not sick of the sound of my voice already today, then you can make use of those as well. There are 3 meditations: the Horizon, the Crossroads, and the Swimming in the Power, which is a twist on sitting in the power. But I don't like sitting idly, so Swimming in the Power is a bit of a continuation to that. So there's those 2 links, and I will share them as static links in the chat after the service as well. So there is them. I'll put the QR code for the website in the top corner if people are interested in that. Whilst we continue to complete our service today. So that link is to the website, Liverpool Christian Spiritualists, where you can find loads of stuff about what it is we've been up to as an organisation over the last 13 years. And of course, the Independent Spiritualists Alliance for the last 3. I think that covers it, other than to say thank you to Kaza, to Michelle, and to Karen, and Terry and Mum for trying. But thank you all for coming on. And again, a reminder, should you wish to come on for the 31st of August, where you can get a message from the lovely Michelle, get in touch. Again, one last big thank you to Sheila for a wonderful, wonderful demonstration of mediumship. So to close this afternoon, let's join together and close in prayer. As we say, Great Spirit, Divine, Universal Source of all, we thank you. We thank you for this opportunity to unite in love, in hope and friendship. We thank you for the insight and the proof and the truth that life is indeed eternal. As we move forward in this day and in the days ahead, let us remember that the world of spirit is there to watch over, to guide and assist all those who choose the responsibility to move their life forward. And in times of difficulty and struggle, we ask you not to move the mountain, just give us the strength to climb. Until we meet again, in your name. Amen. Thank you all once again at home for joining us and keeping the chat busy. It's been lovely. It's lovely to see. It's so lovely to see the conversations going on. Michelle, I will post a static link as well. And Kaza has said, you've been saved for the list for next time. And Sam Harvey, consider yourself added. I completely agree with you, Patrick. Healing is important. It is at the core of everything we do, whether it mental mediumship, healing, or philosophy. All of it is at its core healing based. And when we think of that, we can never go too far wrong. So send your thoughts, send your love. And oh, there we go. Kaza, another one for the list for next month. There you go, Deborah. You're on the list. But for now, friends, thank you all for being here. We are going to say good afternoon, God bless. And for anyone who says that I'm a ranter who keeps things going, we're finishing 4 minutes early. From all of us here to all of you out there,